Major news this year for watching Call of Duty League matches. You can earn in-game rewards like exclusive emblems, calling cards, weapon stickers, and charms, and way more. Follow those steps to link your account and start earning on opening weekend, February 11th. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to put forth your favorite purple clothing and get involved now in the battle for the North. We've got Minnesota Røkkr going against Toronto Ultra. It's going to be great. Chance, you're a bit of a, you're not a Røkkr fan. I suppose we're a fan of all the teams, but you're a Minnesota a bit of a fan there because you live there, right?
I lived there for a while. Yeah, I come from the land of the ice and snow. Love the chilly weather. But no, I'm genuinely a fan of the organization, of the players. They built a team last year that was incredibly professional, that started off strong, yada, yada, yada. But even this year, it's a team that when you first look at it, you're like, okay, like that's good. But then the more you think about it, it just kind of like dawns on you, like that team might be disgusting. Like there's so much potential, and I think it really is a team that S&D is going to be incredibly crucial for them. But you start to see the parts and like there's like a thesis around the organization and design of this team. I'm excited to see how it plays out because it's going to be a great deal of fun.
Mate, fun is what we're here for, and I'm with you there. I'm with you. I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this Minnesota Røkkr roster. A lot of hope for them. But again, we talk about roster mania. This is one of the few teams who went for a complete revamp. We have a little video piece here where they get to talk about it themselves.
GodRx goes to the bench, which I think shocked a lot of people. He was one of the best players in the game, and then when you struggle like that, the team struggles, it's probably hard to deal with.
What started out as a really strong year for Minnesota ends up being not so good.
I think the community reaction to the new Minnesota roster was a bit mixed.
People were like, oh, it's going to be a slow team. Who's going to be their star player?
I did not think someone like Priestahh was going to be available whatsoever.
I actually came like last into the equation.
He is an absolute steal and a guy that can be your franchise player, so I think getting him is huge.
I really don't think it was, we're getting this duo and we're getting this duo and we're putting them together. I think it's just kind of how things worked out. Most people on the roster are very underrated players. Accuracy, MajorManiak, Priestahh, all champions.
I like the squad a lot. I think they have the pieces to be a really good team. Are they going to be winning a lot of home series? No, I don't think so.
The talent is there for each of us, and I'm just super happy and confident going into next year.
A new look Røkkr reborn from Ragnarok last year, and I must admit, Chance, I'm with you, mate. I think this is a very sound roster. I was a fan from the moment they announced. I think the roles are very well defined, and I truly think this is going to be a fantastic team. Mate, let's get the magnifying glass out. Let's get a real deep dive in this one. Let's have a look at MajorManiak and of course Priestahh. These are two of the players that again, we can go deep on any of these players, but right now those two, they're the ones I really want to talk about. You know, we talk about MajorManiak. For me, honestly, one of the original Tiny Terrors. I'm talking going back to like the Gen G days, like early days of BO4. Like he is a absolute unit. I'm a big fan of MajorManiak, and Priestahh as well. Massive difference maker for the 100 Thieves roster during the BO4 season, and during MW, an absolute weapon. And I think it's hard to get around the fact that like the roster that they were on last year, the Atlanta FaZe team, it was very difficult for either of them to shine. But individually, these are two incredible players that really make a big difference.
I mean, Priestahh is one of the most complete players we have in the league. He needs to run a sub, he could do that. AR, he could do that. Snipe, he could do that. Be a play, whatever needs to be done on the map, Priestahh can be one of the best in the world at it. He makes like the players around him, it makes their job so much easier to have a guy like Priestahh on your team. And on the flip side for MajorManiak, almost the same kind of thing. Like he'll just do whatever the team needs. If he needs to get 2.5 minutes of hill time, take 3.5 gunfights because the rest of the teammates are killing everything, that's fine by him. But again, this year, especially with 4v4 and with this team, I'm looking at the search and destroy. I want MajorManiak to just like dig to his roots, be the ultimate playmaker, be a wizard in the game mode, and be the guy that's either getting all the first bloods or clutching or whatever it's going to be. He can be a mastermind at it, and that is what I think is going to be required by this roster to have a great deal of success this year. It's all about that game 2 and 5.
Love it. Game 2 and 5, eyes on the search and destroy for Røkkr, but the other half of the Røkkr equation here, of course, accuracy and attach. Two players who have been around the block many times, and of course we've seen great stuff from them in the New York Subliners. They bid a fun farewell to them at the start of this season, and I think these are two guys that complement them really well. I mean, you've got a great aggressive sub pair there in Priestahh and attach, and accuracy, a fantastic in-game leader, a brilliant assault rifle player. You know, there's a kind of a swings and roundabouts, I think, with the fans where they're like, oh, accuracy's so slow, and other players like, no, bro, accuracy is so sick, man. He's such a good player. I think definitely there is a fantastic middle ground that just shows, a solid player who adds a lot of value to whatever team he's on. I'm a big accuracy fan, and I'm excited to see what they bring this season.
And really, I think what we've seen from just like the game, from Black Ops Cold War this year, is it's a systematic approach that you need to take to all of these hardpoint rotations. There is an X, Y, and Z of things that need to be accomplished. That type of structure is where a player like aCuRSy is going to thrive, where a player like Attach is just used to it from back in the day. Like, even if they have the tagline of being slower players, the game is just slower. Like, in individual gunfights, things might get crazy fast, but when it comes to those structured setups, I can see the potential, man. Like, I really can. I'm excited to watch the Røkkr play. And then, of course, on the bottom of the screen where you got Toronto Ultra, well, one of two teams that they just kept their entire roster together from last year. We've seen them win chips last year. We know they are capable of having success. It's just a matter of seeing exactly how they look on this new game with 4v4.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting to see how this squad looks in 4v4, but we'll get to them in a moment. But now, time to get into our first map of this series. Time to get back to Garrison Hardpoints. It seems to be the only map we play, Chance. There's a decent pool. We've got a decent pool of maps. Here we go, though. Garrison up first. The Battle of the North begins. Will we crown a king here? I mean, we can crown a preliminary king, I think, in the Kickoff Classic. Who's going to be king of the North?
We can do whatever we want, man.
We can, mate.
We're casters.
Let's face
we
it.
can just say stuff. It's fine.
We can say whatever we want. I've got the beat button at the ready. I've got all sorts of stupid voices ready to rock and roll throughout the season. Strap yourself in, friends. It's going to be a lot of fun, but so far, so good. Toronto Ultra slaying their way through. The first 15 seconds of the hardpoint are gone, but they're going to get themselves a little bit of that. And Cleanex, the Great Dane, already gets himself a kill off the rip. And so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing, mate.
Oh, that was actually wonderful, too. You actually had 3 arrows. As soon as they took down that player over towards bricks, everyone just whipped around, did the 180, and went back towards looking at the hill. So the spawn flipped from the Ultra already there. This is the setup that they want to have. Of course, the hill time, a little bit more important for the moment than the actual setup. aCuRSy trying to work his way into the hill. He's going to love to do this sort of thing. Put himself in these power positions. Is actually going over towards where that A control point is. A little bit of clearance to potentially move out. Attach playing up on the close corner. And they're just waiting for these kills to come in front of them. There's the first. Bans gets traded out by Attach. The patient plays coming in. And of course, while that's going on, you actually see the spawns coming out right now for Minnesota Røkkr. So again, just this clean and efficient work. Methods is trapped in the hill, taken down. Beautiful, beautiful job done to get through on P2.
Attach with 5 kills in a row there. He's sitting at 5-1. A nice way to get it done. Cleanex gets cut down from the middle. Bants from the top Sky Tank. Tippity top of that one, he managed to find one. And Minnesota Røkkr still making their way through this hard point time handedly. 30 seconds remaining. We are going to see another wind-up attack now from Toronto Ultra. We see them through the middle of the map being slowed down, and it's MajorManiak here doing what he can to make sure that the approach is as slow as possible. Keep that hard point time ticking. Røkkr starting to walk away with this one very slowly, but again, you've got to see that middle of the map. That's where those purple arrows are. They're not going to let anyone from Røkkr get across and try to sneak into the spawns for the next hard point.
You can see these guys not in a hurry. Patient play. They will happily take their time to settle for the kill. MajorManiak, though, bites the dust. aCuRSy joins him in the grave. And you can see not a lot of map control at all. A couple players pushed up mid, but this is a big opportunity for Toronto to start racking up some time. Zinni with the 2, and he's still got the cuts for the team. aCuRSy finally able to drop him, but still 15 seconds gone by. Cammy's been hanging out in the hill with nothing to do. It looks like Minnesota Røkkr trying to flood in through tools.
Yep, and the flood begins. Attach gets the better of Cleanex for the time being, and I have no idea what just happened. Just an explosion, just a genuine explosion. Dust explosion. And at the end of all of it, when the dust and the smoke has settled and all that stuff, Toronto Ultra come out on top. They're going to have the generator's hard point for now. Cleanex back in on it. Nice nade. Priestahh is coming in from behind, trying to pick up the pieces. Cleanex does go down in the 1v1 gunfight. And finds himself a 5 spree off stream as well. We'll see if they can't get these kills going. Ooh, number 6 not to be had. Bants does drop there. Up next going to be Methods. Those players coming in from spawn. And Zinni on a bit of a tear right now. Gets himself 7 kills. 4 deaths at this point in time. We're about to flip, and already MajorManiak. We talk about those heads-up plays, certainly playing for the team, already on the rotate, and he can actually contest from that position, but he is going to be sniffed out and spotted. Teammates will do what they can to avenge him for now. And Priestahh! I think we're all praying to the wrong god. He's got something on up his sleeve. That was disgusting.
I mean, again, dude, he could do it all. Apparently, when I said he can use an AR or SMG, what I meant to say is he can just use an SMG as an AR. Is effectively the switch that he is going to make. But either way, this has just been strongholds by both teams on whatever hill they're able to get control of. Maybe a bit dicey towards the start, but Priestahh with the beams. You see he's on a 4 spree right now with a minute and a half in the hill. Talk about a man that's willing to do whatever he needs for the team. Yeah, Cammy potentially jumping up on this guy tank, but with 15 seconds left on the hill, you actually see a couple spawn outs coming in. Toronto all over this map. And it's basically the fight for, well, not wanting to get spawn trapped in the back. That's exactly what happens at Toronto. They're going to have about 117 seconds on the clock for Minnesota. They might start running this score up quite a bit on this end.
Yeah, you're right. We saw Toronto have to flood one lane there to try to get out of spawn. We're seeing a bit of a split now. Bottom left-hand side of the map, that's where Toronto will be making their attack from now. Nades going through. Cammy lands a nice one there onto attach just to stop the clock for now. We'll see if we can't get a little bit more out of this one then. You see the rotation now going down for Toronto Ultra. Purple arrows on the minimap, trying to find an angle. Attach is in the right place at the right time. Cammy may have just seen a shadow there. Oh boy, does he check the corner? No, he does not. Oh my word! He almost, oh my, wow. Nearly. Oh boy. Still. The play is worked out, Shots. Now bans the shoes on the other foot.
It's actually impressive too, because while Attach was able to pick up 2 kills, obviously the rest of Toronto won their gunfight. So while I was concerned that this might have been the hill for Røkkr to try to run that score up, Toronto, well, they do a very nice job of actually putting Røkkr towards the back of the map, which honestly, this hill, I would want to hear all of these coaches just break down whether they want the back spawns, when they want them, because obviously if you have those in the final 10-15 seconds, you're running the risk of getting spawn trapped in the back and you can get punished. Of course, now to break out of this, Attach has worked his way through top green, go through the middle of the map and start working on some of these flank kills or spawn kills. You've seen him feed Priestahh, able to pick up 2. And Rokkr, just like that, the presence from mid-map enough, back in control of the hill. As Attach right now, effectively keeping 3 players from Toronto at bay.
Not an easy thing to do. I mean, it's not spinning plates, but he's really doing what he can to just body block. Cammy finally finds the angle, and with that now, a tiny bit of space to work with. Flying Scotsman now on his way. Accuracy. Just manages to catch a little bit of a glance from him, so he knows where he's coming from for now. It's going to be a bit of a dance. Accuracy versus Cammy. Play is trying to happen through the middle of the map. Bance will have hardpoint control for now. Good work from Toronto. Again, it's only 15 seconds to work with, but it is on Cammy. That's where the real priority lies. Final 10 seconds for Bance is all good. He manages to get a bit of damage to the middle of the map, and Cammy wins his gunfight in the hardpoint. Toronto looking fantastic, and this is a wonderful way for them to bounce back, but they do have to deal with a pinch now.
That pinch coming in, I don't even know if they recognize it. The Flutter Green might be here, and especially since Toronto just spawned in the back. Actually, just a ton of split spawns, but Cammy, he goes big. He picked up a 2-piece inside the hill. He's more aware than effectively having the full minimap could even tell you. And not just that for Cammy. He won 2 different one-on-ones. We saw it on accuracy early on, and then he got a second kill after that. So Cammy, by himself, effectively has just completely put the team on the map for this hill. Advance, well, that's a 7 spree for him. Potentially 8 and 9 going to be stacked up in front of him as Cammy, again, the menace inside the point, finally gets dropped. But phenomenal job done by these two. The duo on Toronto, again, they were down by 50 points, give or take on this hill. They are going to be close to tying it up off the back of the young Scotsman.
Incredible comeback from Ultra there. A very, very solid hard point, but now we go back over towards generators. Already we've got Toronto in a position for that as well. It's going to be Cammy once again leading the charge. Bance really doing the dirty work there in the kills department, 22 overall. Still on that 9 spree. Man hasn't gone down for a while. Better make it 10. Is the 11th there? MajorManiak. Oh, went from behind. Priestahh manages to spoil the party. But with that, we are going to see a tiny bit of space to work with now. Can MajorManiak survive this? I think those players have just shot past him. No, Methods well done. Checks his corner. Doesn't let that get any more dangerous than it needed to be. Here comes the push from the front. Catch goes down. Or gets the kill rather as he makes his way through tools. Finally does go down. A double from Bance. Bance slaying his heart out right now. And chance for this point in time, Ultra with a solid lead. Now they're starting to really walk away with it.
Yeah, 24 seconds left on this hill as well. So you see Røkkr definitely want to try to at least cause some damage around. MajorManiak doesn't even know where to look in the hill. Was surprised the player wasn't taking the gunfight. So actually Minnesota, they'll be fairly happy with this. Of course, you see the spawn flip coming out. MajorManiak knows what the deal is. So Røkkr maybe set up in the power positions. You got one player Methods. He's going to be up top pad. A team kill from Attach is going to come in, so this means you can stay nice and secure. 196 right now on the board, and on this hill, you got Cammy watching vents, you got Methods up top. This is a great setup for Toronto.
Yeah, this is sweet. Over the 200-point mark we go. That's just unfortunate timing there, but Cammy is all good in the hood as he's going to find himself too. That's a lovely purple kill feed right now for Toronto Ultra. Attach, straight into the hard point he goes, trying to keep this going for Minnesota. Oh, big win once again from Cammy. That was 5 in a row. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. And as you can see, Ultra, they're starting to close in on this one. Even with Røkkr getting into the hard point for a brief few moments, it's the kills coming through. It's all about Toronto. The pace right now as Vance finds a couple more. Attach finally slows it down. But the hard point has not been profitable enough for either squad. Røkkr not out of this yet.
And this is actually nuts too. Just looking at those kills, Methods and Kleenex have a 26 combined. Meanwhile, Bance with 30. And we've even seen moments for Cammy turning up, but apparently Bance just the quiet main slayer for the team. Fairly tight game right now. 28 points between these two teams, and in the hill first. Looks like Toronto's going to have the most control of the actual point. Minnesota spawning fairly far away. Not necessarily even the greatest side to come from. Yes, you get the power positions top cat, but frankly, Toronto on the hill, they just don't need a peek. They can hang out and wait. Røkkr, they're going to be forced to go on this attack.
They got to do it. They got to do it now. Cammy's going to try to find MajorManiak. Oh, massive win at close range with the XM4 there. And now 35 seconds remaining in the hard point. Røkkr, they have it for now. Toronto Ultra all spawning at the back. They're looking to punch right through this in a single go. And it's on accuracy to try to slow them down. Deal as much damage as he can. Any lives he takes with them are fantastic. Kleenex catches a couple on the transition. Now up over the top they go. Methods loses the 1v1 fight. Bance and Cammy and Kleenex all at the same time. Surprise! Can they take on Attach now as well? Cammy finds one more, and this is a great push from Ultra. They managed to just get in the point. The final 10 seconds could well be theirs. Priestahh now in from behind, finds himself a nice two-piece. And this is starting to get a bit spicy, Chance. We are getting towards the business end of this game. Back over to the first hard point we go. And this could well and truly be the end.
Yeah, it's the setup on it right now. Methods is going to be in lights. Accuracy up top, and you see Cammy working on that flank through the vents. If he mantles up, he might make a little bit of noise, but might be able to make the play. MajorManiak, though, smart as he is, ready for that to come through. He gets taken down, trades on the hill. Priestahh can't get the cutoff because Bance is there. Bance getting every kill on the map, and now Toronto on the point. 10 seconds and the game is there.
MajorManiak's got to go big. He has to land a couple of decent shots to get that player off of it. It's going to be Kleenex. He's so surrounded by trophies. Nothing's getting over to him now. You're going to have to make the push, and accuracy's going to be one to lead the charge. He gets the trade. He does manage to get the kill, and now you've got Røkkr in the hard point. Bance on the immediate contest. Attach will get the kill on him. It's 10 points for the win for Toronto. But for Røkkr now, they're starting to pull this one back. Have to look towards the rotations. Toronto already in position for that one. Able to do a bit of a damage if we can see the rotation come through. And this is it, Chance. It's basically 10 points either side. They're going to get a few more here for Røkkr. But for Toronto, it's hold on to this point. It's one break. It's got to be good. It's got to be great. And it's got to go right now. And here we go. Røkkr lining up for the hit. It's going to be kills either side right now as MajorManiak trying to make his way in through the bottom. Bance wins another big one. And with that, Ultra close it out. They hold the line, and it was a valiant effort. But oh boy, the battle for the North is already off to a great start.
Hey, Battle for the North is popping off, and speaking of that, dude, Bance just went crazy. That entire map. Like, I think...
Got a lot to say about how fantastic that hardpoint game was. Oh boy, 37 for Bance. I'm not sure if that came through, but man, that's a lot of kills garnered across the board. I mean, everyone was really pulling their weight there. Røkkr with the fantastic comeback towards the end there, but not quite enough to get it done. Brilliant rotation there from the Toronto Ultra. Chances away, just unplugging something to fix it. Something we'll get through this slight technical issue. But man, what a fantastic hardpoint. Very, very exciting stuff. We do have that Moscow search and story coming up next. A couple more little bits of teasers and fun information for you guys, but we will throw to a very, very quick break. I'll get my co-caster back because let's face it, I am useless without him. But hey, we'll throw to a quick break, and upon the return, Moscow hardpoint. Very, very excited to get into this one. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Once again, Battle of the North continues to rage. When we return, more Call of Duty action here at the Kickoff Classic.
Oh my god, he gets it off. Can he get away with his life? Oh no, no, no!
And Scump finds another one. He's still going. What a round.
It's madness around the point. The regular season MVP gets it done.
LaRue with a knife, he gets it!
Wow. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League 2021 season kickoff classic. We've got Toronto Ultra versus Minnesota Røkkr, the battle of the purples, the battle of the north, the battle for our hearts and minds. Two of the most fun league teams in the league. I'm alone for a minute, that's okay. Chances on his way over now. He's just fixing a technical issue on his end. And in that time, I thought I would take it to talk about Toronto Ultra. You know, we love a bit of Ultra, obviously. Fantastic content online on all their socials. They're a lot of fun. We've got Chef Tony. It's a team full of characters. And as we saw in that Garrison Hardpoint, a team full of absolute monsters as well. But the Toronto roster has basically not really changed from the Modern Warfare season. They did let some players go, but essentially Bance, Cammy, Cleanx, and Methods, all players from that inaugural season. And again, as we just saw from Bance, pushing the 40 kills there at 37 in that opening hardpoint. Beautiful stuff. We have the incredibly dominant, very, very aggressive submachine gun duo of Cammy and Cleanx smack bang in the middle there. And of course, Methods, Anti-Zinni, Chef Tony leading the charge on the right-hand side. We talk about that Cammy versus Methods here. This is what they looked like last season, and both of them putting up fantastic numbers. Cammy, exceptionally clutch in those search and destroys, crucial kills all round. Whereas you have Methods, reliable as gravity, really putting in the hard work and the hard graft there in the hard points and the DOMs. A lovely KD, very, very well spread. But again, we saw a brilliant turnaround for Toronto Ultra late in the season. And again, the big win at their own home series was definitely a highlight for a lot of the Toronto fans. And again, a solid run all in all, and a wonderful way to turn what was for them a bit of a difficult season around. You know, they didn't look like the most dominant team. There was a lot of questions coming into this one if, you know, this was a worthwhile effort. Because again, the most multilingual team in the league. At one point, Metals was in there. I mean, you've got people from all over. It was a very, very interesting mix of players. A lot of questions whether that would work out or not. And it just goes to show the right combination of players at the right time can make some fantastic things happen. Quick scope now, these were their ranks from last season. And again, we are looking at very, very middle of the pack, down to the lower ends of the pack when it comes to their general records. Hardpoint KD, 9th overall, 9th in the hardpoint record. There's a 9th down there for the Dom KD. So they weren't the most dominant team, but again, it doesn't truly reflect the story they had this season. The story of the season was Cinderella going to the ball. They did an amazing job at their own home series, and again, a fantastic time to turn that season around right again towards champs, towards that playoff. Wonderful stuff out of them. And again, if you're a Toronto fan, you're in a good spot right now. We're about to dive into our next hardpoint. It's going to be a Moscow hardpoint. And Chance is still rebooting his PC, so now I get to do my very best impersonation of him, solo cast a map all by myself. What I could do, now I might not. I could put a voice changer on, try to make myself sound like him. But I don't think we'll be doing that today, friends. It's a kickoff classic. I'll be waiting for Chance to get back into this one. In the meantime, it will just be me as we get through this. Minnesota Røkkr on the offense. First time we've seen ourselves a Moscow search and destroy. The hardpoint was a lot of fun yesterday, but a very, very different look now. And Priestahh's going to start this one off with a lovely first blood there. On Cammy transitioning through middle. Priestahh now in a situation he's trying to find himself one more kill. MajorManiak's going to back him up, take care of Bance as well. And Attach with an aid gets involved on the Cleanx. So with that, Methods now in a 1 versus 3 situation from top escalators now trying to get involved. With MajorManiak shots in there, you now know exactly where he is. Røkkr can play around this position or completely put him to bed. A delightful first round there for Minnesota Røkkr off the back of a fantastic first blood there from Priestahh. And that's absolutely right. That was my best chance. That's all I've got for now. I'm working on it. We're getting there, friends. But in the meantime, round 2 now. See what Toronto have got on offense. A little too eager, I think, to make their way through mid. The timing just a little bit off there from Cammy. I think he thought he had more space to work with, but Priestahh, very, very quick. Now a slight change to their timing. Can Cleanx having to just sort of go back, fumble the bomb slightly. 3-man push now through white. And Attach is already there. Gets a few tags. Gets out while the get is good. Ooh, and another first blood goes the way of Minnesota. On Cammy now to recover the bomb. Bit of a battle now taking place by the chests board. It's going to be Priestahh to win that one again. Wonderful stuff again from Røkkr early on here. Maniac slowing this right down. Cammy's essentially pinned there. We are going to see a bit of a pressure now mounting. Method's trying to make a play happen on the top side of the map as well. And another massive kill there from Attach. Beautiful teamwork from Røkkr right now. Not letting anything get through. Methods is going to have to slow this down. try for anything, something at this point in time. Might be able to get Priestahh. I say nay. The flak jacket saves him, and Røkkr with 2 sublime rounds of search and destroy so far. So far, so good. This was the first blood. For attach, this was patience. Managing to survive those 3 players making their way through that white corridor. Didn't take any damage, managed to escape. Repositions himself for a great first blood. Patience paid off for him there. 3 kills for attach, 3 for Priestahh. Priestahh also yet to die. Now we're going to see what Røkkr have got on offense. Looks like a heavy lean towards A, but that's going to be the defense as well. That's Methods, Cammy, and CleanX all going to be there at the same time. If the timing works out, we could see a lovely bit of an entry kill here. Can Røkkr strike twice? 3 times even? No. It's going to be Toronto, CleanX, Cammy, Methods. They find all of their kills, and now it falls to accuracy in a 1v4. The glass slipper firmly on the other foot there, as Ultra will get around on the board, and it was about time. Lightning can only strike so many times. Nice clean up there from CleanX, that final kill, but before that, again, a very solid gambit. They managed to get to the A-bomb site very quickly. We saw the trophies up immediately. No utility usage whatsoever there available for Røkkr. And with those players already in position, the kills were easy peasy. I think Chance is back. He might be. One day I'll impersonate you so well, man. No, he's not here yet. One day I'm going to get you good. That's when the duo is truly formed. Here we go, though, into A once again. Cammy and Bance have already managed to overshoot the site. Priestahh, though, all the timing for Priestahh, finds himself 2. MajorManiak picks up 1 more, and bang! Just like that, the round is done. Røkkr, what a volley that was, right off the rip. This was the final few kills from MajorManiak. Beautiful timing. Priestahh gets 2, MajorManiak gets 2. What a fantastic play that was. Bance jumped right out of his skin off of the bomb site. He was going for the arm, and his player model hit the sky. Gave him quite a fright. 3-1 now for Røkkr here on Moscow. We go back in on the offense. It's been a little bit of a mix-up here and there, but all things considered, pretty standard stuff. Røkkr going to go right back through Metro once again. Cammy will not be found this time. Priestahh once again in a good position to pick up those kills should he need to. MajorManiak being careful not to break the glass, not to give away the position. Bance is going to do that, and now the jig's up. Here comes the fight. Accuracy looking through to get the flank here from Office. Can he take care of business? Maybe able to pinch these players as on CleanX now. Just overshoots by the bar. CleanX! Oh, he manages to turn and burn, even with low HP. Now they double stack on the top of the windows, and with this, Priestahh's got to still watch that street. Very unfortunate timing. CleanX now can hit the flank. A small gift, if you will. Bance now looking to push. They have trapped Røkkr within the hotel side of the map. Now they're giving him a little bit of breathing space to work with as they fall on back. And this is going to give Røkkr a chance now to rethink this plan, possibly going towards A. But again, they do have to be mindful. 4 members of Toronto Ultra all over the map. There's 30 seconds to make a play. There are eyes all over the A-bomb site. There are eyes on B, and this is the only advantage you've got for Røkkr is surprise. Can they hold this element? Cammy's going to get the first, and I don't think that's going to be the case. 17 seconds left now. Big win for MajorManiak on the middle of the map. Can he get 1 more? He cannot. Toronto with some fantastic individual engagements there from CleanX that really managed to win the round on the inside of hotel. A little bit of right place, right time, and then a lovely slight adaptation there to make sure that the round didn't get out of control. Good stuff from Ultra. Both teams having very successful attack and defense so far. Very, very back and forth. Very, very enjoyable search and destroy. If you have joined us, just me for now. Chances reset his PC, I think. One of the perils from working from home. Oh my god, he's returned. Chance, how are you, mate?
I'm doing alright, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I mean, honestly, I did miss you a lot. Never do that again.
I mean, I'm doing my best. I have no idea what I missed. If you want to fill me in,
you
I see, what, 3-2 lead right now for Rokkr.
Yeah, good stuff.
3v2 or something like that.
Yeah, good stuff so far. Everyone's maneuvering around Moscow very well. Timings on the opening breaks have been great. We've seen some nice first bloods from either side. Relatively even so far. Honestly, relatively even. At that, after the recap, makes it 3-3. So you know what, mate? Let's just start it from here for you. This is just a fresh game for you now. Let's go.
Tie game, dude. Nothing going on. These 2 teams, just the first round, obviously, that they've played a search and destroy today. I'm certainly not 6 rounds late on it. No big deal.
Late to work, Chance.
Moscow, yeah, I don't know. I've completely missed everything. This would be perfectly fine.
Oh, it's been great, though, I must admit. This has been very, very fun so far.
0-5 for Bance, so like obviously a hard point player.
Yep, obviously. After 37 in the Garrison hard point. Can't even buy a kill. We saw him, he filled his britches over by the A site in, I think it was the second round. Maybe in the third round. It was very funny. I want to go back and see that again, but here we go. Leaning towards A is going to be Røkkr for now, and I think there's a potential for a huge flank right now from Bance. Finally gets on the board, and that's a nice timing as well. This is going to make that A site real dangerous. Bance taking the very, very long way back. But CleanX coming through the middle. This is a dangerous position to be in, but they are going to commit to the bomb plant. Oh, Priest is going to dip on out. He and MajorManiak, they're in a lot of trouble now. All angles covered. Priestahh can't even get involved in the fight. CleanX puts him down, and MajorManiak now in a 1 versus 4.
No 1v4s today, Miles.
Yep.
No 1v4s today. It is very much a situation on Moscow where if you just have players starting to flank and you know for a fact that they're behind you, you're kind of just stuck, right? Like you even saw the setup coming in from the Ultra. They had one player back up and play the tree, so if anyone tries to push out from A through white, they're going to get cut down in that regard. You try to go with the Reskies. Cammy was sitting there, and obviously you had at least one, if not two players just on the flank posted up over towards Library. So just a nice job on the aggressive play call, making sure to flood through on the flank straight away. It does appear right now Toronto pushed through the middle of the map with the bomb. It does give you options. Cammy nice and aggressive up top. There is a couple players right next to him though, so he is going to get cleaned up.
He's come through once again. CleanX, a lot of shots there. He's hurt. Needs to dip on out. About half health. Priest down the wrap. Great shots into Bance there. Wonderful timing. Dips on out. Doesn't. Oh my word! Almost landed that one straight on the top of Methods. The backs on up, keeping their A bomb site safe. They have perfect clearance now. They're watching the players coming through Fountain. They've got eyes on the S-keys and they've got eyes on the Metro. Unless someone has somehow miraculously flanked this entire position, they're pretty good for now. And it just comes down to winning these gunfights and playing the trades effectively. 40 seconds remaining. Here comes the push.
Players tagged up left and right, man. It's a prayer. You are begging for someone just to get ripped off the head glitch, and you can see Rokkr playing it well, making sure to crouch away, not take any pressure. So CleanX trying to rot this bomb out, attach those sitting there waiting, and MajorManiak had the cross anyway. Bomb down for Methods, and again, you're just praying you can rip someone off the head glitch. There's the first from Attach, the challenge out on MajorManiak, but MajorManiak wins the gunfight, as Attach did have him one shot. And a nice systematic approach coming out from the Rokkr. Again, shout out to MajorManiak. Knows the pressure's no longer coming from the front. Puts himself in the perfect spot to look down low and have these players nice and trapped in. Again, I am very late to the party and I apologize, but I have to imagine the way this map is played out, a First Blood's just being incredibly important as the deciding factor of who ends up winning these rounds.
I think that's a very fair assessment, mate. That's a very, very good call. If we can't get another decent First Blood out here. And once again, we're going to see Røkkr make their way through Metro. Bance, the only player in a position to really catch eyes on this one. Oh, and he looked away at the wrong time. Priest is going to be able to cut him down. CleanX does technically get the First Blood with an early kill there. However, Methods now transitioning back. We could be seeing that B bomb site hit there on the inside of the apartments. With a Kvartiere, as it says in Russian. Up over the top, MajorManiak with a lovely shot, even with the nade in position there. That was going to be a relatively easy kill. With that, it's now a 3 versus 2. Cammy and CleanX taking different routes to get towards this bomb site. With the bomb gone down, CleanX finds a fantastic kill into accuracy that opens up the boulevard. Now we have a clear line of sight and a way to attack this position. Priestahh trying to take care of the window, tags both of them with a single nade. That's going to be a bit of damage dealt. Not enough to take out both of them, but it's going to slow down the push at the very least. Here we go. In on the bomb site, lots of noise being made. It is about to become an absolute fiesta in here. There's the defuse, perfect timing, and it's still being defused. MajorManiak dips in and out, finds one. Cammy's gonna jump straight onto the bomb. MajorManiak, he has to check the bomb once more. Is it gonna be a 10 and 10 play? No, he just gets it. Almost perfect play from Cammy there. MajorManiak, 200 IQ, 10 out of 10 play. Oh boy.
He will not lose those, Miles. He will not lose those at all. Even challenging from the same place. You saw Cammy, well, he went back to the window because killed the first player coming in through the side door. He thought a pinch was going to be in order. Didn't know the pressure was going to be coming from, but knows he needs to protect his man on bomb. So Cammy gave it the best shot that he could. The MajorManiak with the perfect timing. And again, S&D is this man's wheelhouse. 5 spree for him, 11 and 4. We're going to expect nothing less the entire year. And, of course, for a little battle he has going on, CleanX, not a shabby game either. 10 kills to his name.
Nothing shabby about any of this, mate. So far, a wonderful search and destroy here on Moscow. Vance just caught eyes on, I think, aCuRacy making his way in towards the apartment here. aMi holding that side of Fountain, not letting on through the top side of the map. Just waiting for those players to rotate past. And I mean, honestly, Priestahh, I think he can smell him from there. Be one of observers. If we can see Priestahh and aMi, I mean, they are so close to each other. Again, ADS walking like this, no one's making any noise. aMi, hold that position. Priestahh knows something's up. The bomb now making its way much closer to B. It looks like MajorManiak in a position now to potentially land the shots. The nades are being thrown. Here comes the battle. And the battle for the Boulevard now raging. CleanX, he and Methods trying to make the approach towards the bomb. And MajorManiak, once again, right place, right time. Good reads. 30 seconds left on the clock, Chance.
And they're wrapping back. They're trying to hunt Priestahh down. He is the lone man over in the site. They know he's here. Bance for the challenge, and Bance does not lose his ones. And that is a bomb being planted. Full site control as well. Oh. This is a beautiful job. Attached though with the nade. The bomb still gets planted. MajorManiak hunting these players down. The bomb site is actually cleared. Methods all of a sudden by himself. And talk about the speed of the retake. He can't even get nearby. Blink and you miss it. Minnesota Røkkr win the game.
Just like that. They had 3 players body blocking, drawing, aim assist all over that bomb. There was no way Methods would have been able to make on that play. I don't even know what he could have done. He could have just sort of like sprayed it down, but even then he had to run away in that situation. Røkkr, heads up play. Those last few rounds were fantastic. Moscow search and destroy. Thoroughly enjoyable watch.
And I honestly think blink and you miss it is the right call, because I basically missed it myself. In my mind, as soon as Bance gets that kill on Priestahh, the lone man by Minnesota, I was like, all right, you get the bomb down, everything's guaranteed. But the level of aggression and the speed at which the retake came through, it just seemed tough to deal with, or obviously was tough to deal with. I could barely tell that it's happening, let alone the players on the map. So Attach getting the big kills, MajorManiak storming through. And again, it's all about that game 2 and 5 for Minnesota. Gave a little bit of a taste of a reason why there.
Wonderful stuff there in the search and destroy now from both teams. That's tied 1-1 in the series so far. We're going to take a very, very quick break, but when we do come back from that break, Alison Walker is going to be talking to Lottie about all things Ultra. Very, very excited to see how the rest of the series gone on. The battle for the Raw North continues to rage. Your boy's fumbling over his words. Going to need a drink of water. Go to a quick break. We'll be right back. Call of Duty League is presented by Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Brought to you by USAA Insurance. We offer insurance that's made for the military community to help them easily protect what they've worked hard for. Welcome back to the Kickoff Classic here in the Call of Duty League. We're almost ready to get into our control game here in day 2. Of course, this is the Battle of the North, Minnesota Røkkr versus Toronto Ultra. However, before we get into that game, Lottie sat down with Alison Walker of the Toronto Ultra and had a little chit-chat about the upcoming season and everything Ultra.
Alison, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to catch up with you and all things to do with Ultra. Firstly, though, I have to ask you about our team this year. The core roster is back. There's a lot of trust you've put in your boys back once again. Talk to me about the decisions that came behind this and your thoughts going into this year with a roster you guys know and love.
Yeah, awesome. Well, great to see you, Lottie, and we're so excited to be back in action and back into some competitive Call of Duty play. Indeed, we've got Cammy, Kleenex, Methods, Vance back with us. The chemistry that these guys have built and the momentum that we carried into the end of last season really is something we're so excited to build upon. So with that and the coaching duo of Marky B and Ryan, we really feel like we've got sort of a leg up we've already got going. And we had a great boot camp back in early December before the holidays. So the boys have been to Toronto. They've been at our new facility. We're really pumped to get going, and especially to meet our rivals, Minnesota, and start off the big rivalry for King of the North this year.
Absolutely. And talking about rivalries, it's something we see a lot on social media. We know that the Ultra brand is an epic one, and you guys have really pushed your social media in a fun and an engaging way. So I got to ask, what have you guys got up your sleeve this year for content and your team plans?
Yeah, we're so excited about the brand. We really intentionally saw a place, a personality within the league where we could be irreverent and mischievous and lighthearted. And I think you see that in everything we do. We've got lots planned. I got to tell you that one of the things we did, again, right before the holidays, one of our good friends and famous hockey players, Mitch Marner, got on the ice with Methods, and we've got a great campaign dropping some of the competitions that they had and things that you'll see starting next week, actually. We're really excited about continuing to build on all the great content that we built. As you said, the conversations happening on social are amazing, and we're just really excited to keep people guessing. One of the things we're most excited about is our Toronto home series coming in mid-March. Lots planned. Like last year, we're going to be hosting a full week-long online festival with lots of different events and ways for our fans to really take part. So we're super excited to keep the momentum going in terms of the brand we've been building in Toronto Ultra.
Fantastic. I'm definitely hyped for that one. A whole week. I'm in. My week's booked up, folks. Just letting you all know that right now. I also hear that there could be an esports hub emerging in Toronto with Ultra's name on it. So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, awesome. Well, I sit today, believe it or not, in a new 15,000 square foot facility that we actually took on in the spring. Unfortunately, for reasons we all know, we haven't been able to fully take advantage of this, although we've been in and out. We've actually continued with some construction and some design. So this is an awesome facility in a super cool neighborhood in downtown Toronto. We've got our training rooms for both Ultra and Defiant, a player lounge, a gaming studio, our office space, of course. We're really focused when we can on bringing our community into this space and into what we're calling certainly a hub. We've got some amazing sponsors. Our founding partner, Bell, is retrofitting the entire training area, so our players will feel pretty pumped to be in these awesome, cool design spaces. Our gaming studio is going to be amazing. In fact, our teams, the plan is, while we're playing online, to have our teams, Ultra is going to come out and play on stage in a LAN-like setting, feeling that sort of competition and getting really game ready for when they are in those LAN tournaments. So much coming at our facility, and we can't wait to share it all with you.
Sounds absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to see that unfold. Ultra have also really built an incredible Canadian CDL audience. So what was the process like gaining the trust of your community?
Yeah, that's a great question. We really take it seriously. It's our responsibility to be helping to build the Call of Duty scene, the league itself, and of course our team and our fans here based in Toronto, but really is the only pro team in Canada across the country. So we've been very intentional about ensuring that this is a team built by the fans and for the fans. And we do a lot of crowdsourcing and make sure that they feel a part of this. We're also big believers in the Path to Pro system. We really feel like if we can help build out the community around Call of Duty. We do a lot of events. We've got a great live team that puts on live, what were in-person events, now online events, really focused on building that amateur scene. And we're really excited to be taking part in challengers as well with our new member of the team, Insight. So the event strategy, path to pro, all that we're doing from a merch perspective, we're really excited about building this community and continuing to make this about them, the fans, and really building a strong community here in Canada.
I mean, it sounds incredible. We've got our roster back. We have a new esports hub in Toronto with Ultra on it. We have so much more social media to look forward to from you guys. And of course, you guys pushing Path to Pro. Sounds absolutely fantastic. Alison, I appreciate you so much joining me and catching up all things CDL and Ultra. And I think it's safe to say a lot of people are hoping for this too, but I hope to see a little bit more of Chef Tony as well this year. So thank you so much.
Oh, you absolutely will.
Best of luck in the first one.
Yeah, keep your eye out. We're going to be dropping more of Chef Tony for sure. Thanks, Lottie.
Thank you so much, Alison. Appreciate it.
Well, there it is. I mean, Toronto, look at that beautiful city. I mean, I must admit, mate, I'm very excited to get back out there. And when the world opens up, I mean, visit that Toronto Ultra set of, like, facility complex thing, man. I'm down. I'm very excited to hear what's going on there in Toronto. Big thanks to Alison Walker again for coming to chat. Marty for having that chat. Here we go, though. The Battle of the North continues. Isn't it technically, Toronto is technically further north? I forget. I messed this up last
Minnesota
year.
is.
So Minnesota is
Minnesota is technically higher north, but just because Toronto's in Canada, they're like, nah, we're in the north. And I'll tell you, Miles, I've been in both places. Minnesota, way colder.
Really?
Like, not even remotely close. Minnesota winter is brutal.
Wow.
So just, you know, that's my dog in that fight for what it's worth. But they are in Canada, so, like, you know, it's the northern country.
It is a very northern country, but, well, there can only be one true king of the north, and who knows, after this day, I mean, we will crown an early king. One of you is getting it. Them's the rules. And then whoever beats who, I mean, that's just the way it is. You know what, Chance? Well, I think we should take a time now to deliberate the ruling around. We hand out this kingly title of the North. And that time, let's go for an Astro Gaming listen in.
Close A.
Push your steps, push your steps.
Push their steps. Major?
On A, you're side A, and 2-1A, and top lane, top lane, 2-1A.
We'll stop playing.
Major, absolutely. Major's so
Dead here.
on it, right, careful.
Okay. No, nice. Top right.
Nice one back left here. They're going to be pushing up right.
Two in the crate. One shot that crate, Major.
He's already stacks. I'll help you here. I'm with you.
I don't see it. On the right wing,
top left
accuracy.
wing.
Major's in our base.
Top left wing, top left.
Deep back room, Mark. Deep back room.
Still top.
Lamar's still top lane.
Our deep back orange room.
Lamar's really
We're gonna try and play for him.
Top right.
One shot and low right, attach.
Yeah, low right, top right.
We're still gonna play for him. Back two, one shot.
He needs to kill the guy on the right.
He's back tree, on the tree.
Yeah, Lamar's like back stairs as well.
Close wood.
In the tree?
Right here, close left.
He's in shoot. Oh.
What's going on? He's fucking top emergency.
Nice. Top emergency accuracy.
He's top right wing. You gotta try again.
And what a round this has been. MajorManiak, truly a nuisance, Chuck.
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about like some of the different maps on Control, Garrison, we've like stylized that quite a bit. This is a map where if you're on offense and you lose map control for a second and someone starts to get in your spawn, that's basically a wrap, man. It is incredibly difficult to get out of the spawn traps. You had Prestinni accuracy up in the top wings, just killing everybody in sight. Meanwhile, MajorManiak lived in their back right spawn area, around crates, around the NASA tube, just in random corners that you have to check. And of course, MajorManiak, as nerdy of a player as you're gonna find, a machine when he gets in those spots. And it just makes it impossible. Like you heard in the comms, like they're just dying. They're like, we have to kill this guy in the back right. Like, come on, let's try to find him. They go to like sneak around and it's just, it is so tough. Like the opening breaks, just making sure you don't lose map presence or control over towards the planes on offense is incredibly important.
Very, very important indeed. Right off the rip. It's about a quick one, a fast one. Right into an Astro Gaming listen in with Minnesota Røkkr.
No, he's in B-wing. Okay, B-wing. On B push through or like wrap back?
Give me A pushing up.
He's on B still.
No, I'm dead.
Nice, two.
One top lane, I think.
One's probably left.
No, band's done.
Last one,
Top lane, yep.
Yeah, top lane.
Clean up. That's all.
I'm getting left wing.
Okay, listen, I have your cross.
One wrap left.
Yeah, I have your mid.
One's going their stairs, I think.
I can lay down. You can team show over.
Okay, one's going.
Yeah, go.
They're
Get on their
wrapping
side.
left.
Get on their dark side.
They're slow playing their side. They're wrapping left and mid.
I have top lane.
I have low plane.
Top lane
Side,
band.
yeah.
Top lane band's got me.
I'm netting up there. Oh, and low.
I get your mid alley.
Hit him with the nade on me.
I have your mid alley. One mid alley.
Trying to nade it.
Mid alley dead.
I'm one bullet down. Laying down.
Low wing cami.
Is he hitting point?
I'm not dead.
I don't see him. Nice. Looking for one guy.
Zin, right?
Trying to get. Oh, he's top lane. Top lane. Top lane.
I think it's safe to say right now that Røkkr certainly have the advantage in control here on Checkmate for the very least. But wow, attach on a 6-3, it just all seems to be going their way.
Just clinical work, and the communication is great too. You have accuracy telling Attach exactly what he wants him to do. Like, hey, push this out just slightly. I want you here instead of here. And making these micro adjustments on the fly, it pays dividends when you can be on point with it. Attach, of course, still looking for more kills. As you can see, just a 2-life lead right now for Rokkr. And getting this B control is not easy. It's sort of like Hardpoint, Miles, where it's that underneath the plain hill. You're just worried about getting killed from 17 different places. It is not easy to manage.
Yeah, and once again, you talked about how important it is. If someone does get in your spawn, things can get real ugly real fast. Or Bance, not a bad looking fella, but he's doing what he can to make things hideous. No, Attach is going to find it. That's going to make this play a little bit harder. Still almost got that first tick. On top of the B point now for Rokkr. Method's going to find a few more on the defense here. Straight back on the point they go. First tick complete. Accuracy's there. Nice kill. Onto Method's going to make that place a little bit safer for now. We are still holding on to that point. Can Bance get in there? No, Attach keeps it safe from up high. And it's a 1-by-1 push now from the members of Toronto Ultra trying to break this one. 2-man now on the stack. That's going to be an almost instant cap. And unless someone can contest, Røkkr will take another round.
Dude, that's a great setup they had towards the end too. Just efficient work, and actually here's part of the idea. Attach is up top. He's watching the wings cross, and he has 2 teammates that were down low underneath the wings. I think maybe a little bit later on, but as long as you have that top plane control, no one's going to be jumping off behind you. You don't have to worry about the flank, and anybody that's in the hill, they just have to watch the lanes. And of course, accuracy, you saw when he was down there, able to go on a 3 or 4 spree towards the end. There you go, number 4, winning those gunfights against Methods. Putting in efficient work. And now, of course, Toronto down 2-0. They spent the last round on offense just getting spawn trapped and spawn killed seemingly endlessly. Needs to win this opening break.
It's got to be special. Let's go. Ants in first. Players on both points now. B pushed off of A. It looks like Methods, you know, holding that back B lane. Nades going off. Flak jacket keeping everyone safe out and about. Priestahh trying to do what he can. Again, it's quite slow. It's quite slow. That top lane control looking like it's in the hands of Røkkr for now. Over to B we go. Priestahh's got to try and make a play in towards this one. Get those players off of it. Halfway through the first tick at B. Danny cleaned up from the rear. They're going to make that angle a bit more safer now for Røkkr. And Priestahh, it's a very, very slow approach. Trying to be very methodical about it. And no need now. Accuracy finds the kills. Cammy doesn't let Attach get in their spawn and cause the damage. Same could be said on the opposite flank as Bance manages to take care of Priestahh. Wonderful bit of defensive work. 50 seconds remaining though. Now you've got to make the push. Get straight back onto those points. Priestahh with a big nade down range. Here comes the opening engagement from Priestahh on the flanks, and that's going to be that. In another point we go, Chance, and it is a mess. Attach to get on the point for just a brief moment. 19 respawns either side. Røkkr holding the defense for now.
Yeah, and it's a tie game on lives right now as well. Attach again, going around back, potentially looking to set himself up for some spawn kills, and he's going to take down Clemsix. And look at Attach's position. He goes straight into NASA. His teammates win most, if not all, of the gunfights on A, and now Attach can force their spawn over to the back right. He just wants to stay alive, and his teammates can come pick it up, but they are just manipulating the spawns, forcing Toronto in such a bad spot, and now, like Toronto, they have to take their time, clear out their base. They got to deal with Attach. That's what Cammy is trying to do, but Attach the nuisance, still alive, still messing with these spawns.
Still kicking, tons to work with as well. He's still got a lot of ammunition, so it's not like he's going to worry too much. Pick up some off the dead bodies. These players, 20 seconds remaining in the game now as 1 tick on either point. Attach finally goes down. Cammy, fool me once, fool me twice. Not a chance. Here we go, though. Got to try and get on the point. Final 10 seconds. This could be it. This could be a clean 3 for Røkkr, unless someone can contest. 3, 2, 1, and that is that. It is a 3-0 here on Checkmate Control. Røkkr certainly come to play.
GG, no re. Just clean, efficient work. The style is not complicated from the Røkkr either. Win the gunfights, get a clearance, and if there is ever a single opportunity to get in your opponent's base and start causing problems, take full advantage. It was Attach effectively by himself. As soon as he's spawning those 3 players out towards that bottom right, now his teammates can push up through the A street, go get that crate side control, and just get the setup going. You feel great when those opportunities come, and even on offense, just clinical, efficient work from Rokkr. Looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good. Smiles all around. MajorManiak having a great time with so up there, having a good laugh, and I'm loving the kind of, while both teams are very purple, Toronto Ultra, much lighter in the bottom, a lot darker up top there for Røkkr, leaning in. Everyone leaning into the brands. Toronto Ultra, Minnesota Røkkr now, going into a game 4. Røkkr with the lead now. Stats on your screen there, and again, it was relatively quick. Honestly, game of control, just over 6 minutes there. Chance, what a fantastic display there we saw on Checkmate. New strats, learning about the Thatcher's position on the top wing, watching those players as they push on through B. We're all learning. The Kickoff Classic has not disappointed yet. And mate, Checkmate hardpoint coming up after this one as well. With Røkkr in the lead, this could be a fun one. We did see that first hardpoint go the way of Ultra, but at this point, bit of momentum swing, a little bit of special sauce. We saw their own checkpoint. This could well be a 3-1.
And if we've learned anything about this map, and hardpoint controls vaguely similar as well, it can just be difficult to manage the map, especially those like under the plane hills for hardpoint. Everybody's spawning all over the place. It's very difficult to keep track of like when they're spawning in the primary emergency. Shout out to JP. But I think the Røkkr is going to be a team that is just efficient. I think they're going to have their finger on the pulse for the map, and I'm expecting big things from them.
Very, very big things indeed. Well, that's the control done and dusted. We do have that hardpoint coming up just in a moment. But Chance, again, we've got a lovely day so far. We are far from finished. I must admit, mate, I'm very excited about that reveal show coming up. Again, we're going to see the group selection process coming up in just a moment. Quick look at a schedule to see how the rest of the days go unfold. For those of you who just joined us, Paris with a 3-2 victory over the London Royal Ravens. Minnesota currently up by 1 in this series. One more map is all they need. Can Toronto Ultra pull this one back here in the Kickoff Classic and go all the way to that Game 5? But coming up after this match, the group selection show, where we will also be revealing the Stage 1 schedule. Very, very exciting stuff for the rest of the season. Again, we will be deciding who goes into these groups, and a lot of fun characters involved in this one. I've said it time and time again, you don't want to miss this one. This is going to really let you know how that first home series goes down. And again, we're letting the players decide. The group selection show coming up just after this, potentially one more map. Who knows? Can Røkkr have their way with Ultra, or will Ultra bite back? Still, the crown, the King of the North, still in contention. And after this, yeah, we will be crowning, at least for the time being, the King of the North. Chance, honestly, mate,
Miles?
checkpoint, we're going back to a hard point here. Do you think Røkkr have just got the source on this map? We saw the respawn prowess. Can Bance drop another 37 kills like he did on Garrison? Is it possible?
I suppose that's probably the avenue in my mind for Toronto to get the win. Obviously, making predictions when we're on like basically zero information is never going to be simple, but from what I've seen, like Method seems to be struggling at least a fair bit so far in this series. It looks like accuracy has been putting up bigger numbers, especially so in the control. And even in the first hardpoint, if it's not Cammy making the hero plays on P2, going on a 5, on a 6 spree, just to lock down that time. If it's not for Bance, dropping 37, I think that map ends up playing a little bit different. So if I had to make a call, yeah, I'm leaning towards the Røkkr, maybe a 70-30 sort of split in my mind.
I think I'm also in a very similar place there, man, where I just feel like Røkkr, they seem to have a much better understanding of how Checkmate plays. But hey, who knows? Let's all rehydrate. Hey, yeah, you watching the stream, make sure you stay hydrated. Plenty of water. It's a very, very important thing to drink right now. And again, depending on where you are in the world, depending on the temperature, you know what? Forget it. Stay hydrated at all times. I'm going to get my cup of water here. You might actually hear this. Not a chance. Let's get into the Checkmate hard point. Again, Minnesota are on match point. If they win this match, it's over. We go to the group selection show. If they lose this and Ultra manage to come back, we are going to a Game 5. Garrison, search and destroy, should we need it. But here we go, right off the rip, Chance. It's another crazy, crazy nade fest here in the interiors of this Air Force One replica.
Straight into the plane, and you see Attach very happy just to contest, especially so since his teammates have fallen. And Attach, well, the patience is going to pay off, gets at least 1 kill, but frankly, you just don't want to give away time. You don't want to get killed out like Kleenex is going to do. The third doesn't need to come through for him because Cammy's there for the cleanup, but either way, strong start from Toronto, the hill time that they're going to need, and making sure that they keep this map a little bit stable. That way in the rotation, they're going to be clean and easy. And they just want to make sure contest time does not come through.
Yeah, clean and easy. No contesting for now. Ultra still picking up the time as they can. There's the quick contest there from Priestahh. Pinch developing. Bance wins the fight on one side. 1, 2. Easy kills from Priestahh. No problem whatsoever. They weren't looking his way. Can he find Kleenex as well? Nope. The wallbang comes through. AK-74U in that situation still very, very dangerous. MajorManiak only just managing to get in through the back. Actually now providing a bit of support. MajorManiak does win 1, but the trades are going to be there. It's going to be Bance straight away. Now an exchange of nades and Krigfire. as Priestahh. He will fall towards the front of the point, and the battle's still raging on the south side of the map. Trying to make sure those spawns are so secure and so safe. Good spawns now for Ultra as they lock down this point. Trophies now coming out, looking to make this a bit more secure and garner more time.
Yeah, and they did a really nice job of taking down accuracy as well. He started pushing up through bottom blue, and if you can get in a good enough spot, and this is what Attach is trying to do as well, you can start the spawn out forced from the side of the Ultra. But of course, right now, they're just sitting pretty inside the hill. Rokkr really not able to approach at all. Cammy even from inside the point doing a little bit of damage. And Attach, yes, he's made noise over on this side of the map, but it is to no avail for the actual hard point. Effectively the full 60 coming through in Toronto Ultra. We thought they might have been in a bit of a spicy situation coming into the map. They have an incredible lead right now by a little bit more than 60 points.
I mean, just during that last hard point there, 3 of them went on 3 streaks at the same time. I mean, that was just enough to show you that the kills are really going their way as Ultra continue to display their dominance here. And Bance, while picking up kills down low, will just about be able to get in the hard point. Here comes a bit of a resurgence now from Røkkr. In they go. Bance, 10 HP. Just about stays alive. And again, Røkkr, they've managed to flood in through the bottom. They've got players all over the lower side of the map, but very little coverage upstairs. Priestahh's trying to change that from the back end of the plane. MajorManiak now down low. Wonderful work to keep the hard point that bit safer. Sadly, we are seeing a little bit of a change of hands here as no one's able to really get the hard point chance. We've got kills going around all over the place, but without control, sitting in that hard point, there's 17 angles to watch. It's basically a death trap.
Oh, and Bance making big plays as well. Him and Cleanex were able to take down 3, and you can see Toronto Ultra, not the pure spawn flip coming in, but it makes the rotation anew that much easier. It's exactly what Bance is going for. Meanwhile, Methods, of course, well, he's just locking down the other side of the map, so fairly spread out control. They don't have that sort of mid-alley pressure, but Methods does have the beams. He is able to take down 2, and already just a 53-point lead, for the Røkkr. In a pretty good spot to run it up quite a bit more, because look at the work that Rokkr have to do just to start working themselves toward the hill. They're just running to the other side of the map just to clean these players out.
That's a long journey and a difficult thing to do to clean them out. See, with the battle now raging on the point here by the A Street, Cleanex on the other side of the wall, their accuracy does get a trophy down, makes them holding this position that little bit easier, a bit of coverage there, quick contest. Again, that will keep the game clock moving, but no one will be getting any hard points. Difficult. Cleanex, lovely bit of teamwork from his mates there. MajorManiak will stay alive, gets himself a 2-piece. Methods not able to get him as he transitions across, but he does there with the kill though. Now we will see a little bit of hardpoint time going the way of Røkkr still. Very, very difficult game to come back into, but they are trying it. The rotation's now got to go underway, and again we go across the map to that south side of the map where the containers or the crates hardpoint is, and again very open. Look for those trophy systems to come into play. That's what's going to be the saving grace here for either of these teams. Toronto with the early time. MajorManiak doing what he can and now fight his way tooth and nail, shots flying all over the place, trying to get on the point. Attach does make the break, finally chance, but he does need his teammates to get involved and help reinforce.
And we've seen this play before. Honestly, just the fact that you don't get the spawns for this hill and you've already wasted, what, 10, 15 seconds off the clock for the Ultra. Job well done. Attach able to pick up the first. Method slides into death. His accuracy is there from the cover. So from the wrong side of the map, the Rokkr end up coming out on top on this hill so far. 25 seconds left. You got Bance on one side, a couple of players on the Ultra in the plane. Meanwhile, Accuracy doing his job, hanging out inside the hill in the same spot we expect. When he's taken down one shot, you see Cleanex trying to work on the approach. Accuracy does get taken down, but either way, from a hill where you did not have that early control, Rokkr made the best of a very tough situation. But still down by 30 points after that first set of rotations is done.
Yeah, it's a tough one to come back from, but they are making it happen slowly but surely. Now the first set done, we go back into the center of the plane. MajorManiak still finding these kills from different spots. Can he take care of Methods as well? No, but again, trying to get back into the top plane. You need a bit of coverage on the wings there to create those openings. Otherwise, it basically just becomes a war of attrition through the center here. He's shooting through these wood walls. Very, very difficult. It's basically a trade central. Not what you really want. That's not how you break these hard points. But we're seeing Attach get it done with his fist. Bance finds 2, a quick trade out. Here come the Ultra reinforcements. It's non-stop pressure on this hard point. The players from Røkkr, they died in a big burst together, so they all come at the same time, and sadly that doesn't really help them whatsoever. The trades once again, and Bance is at top of the pile. Oh my word! What an ugly fight that was, but he comes out on top. Kill number 19 for Benjamin Bance, his second in a row, and the hard point stays Ultra.
And they just poured the aggression through the plane, just constantly flooding through the back, going for the spawn kills. Even Methods was getting in the mix all the way towards the front side of the plane, just all up in their spawn. causing a lot of problems. And now just look at how far away Røkkr are from this new hill. They have to cross the entire map in advance. He's even got a teammate helping him out, just hunting accuracy down because they have all the time in the world. Phenomenal job so far. They have what, a 60, 70 point lead. They got a full 60 on this hill last time, and frankly, they're set up to do it once again. Cammy inside and NASA, another player inside the hill. Rokkr have just now gotten to the front side of the hill, and 25 seconds have already gone by.
That's a long time in a hard point. Natach makes something happen here, and again, there's only one player left there for Ultra's down and out, so now the three of them spawning on the left-hand side of the map. A little bit of a journey, but 25 seconds. They've got to hold on to this one. MajorManiak, the player the far forward side, is just going to be able to get methods there. That's going to be the PIP watching the hard point. Relatively safe for now. Still, MajorManiak's got the tough job of winning these gunfights. He does manage to win 2 in a row. That's wonderful. It's a 3 streak overall. He's going to have a few more players keep trying to challenge him. And Methods, he's up next to the plate, will finally get it, and we go back into the center of the map again. Chance underneath the airplane now to another hard point. A 70-point difference now between these two teams. Ultra certainly looking to force the game 5.
Yeah, CleanX right now just trying to stay alive up top. Knows MajorManiak is in back. Free and easy kill for him and his teammates inside the hill. He can just roam around and be this Slayer. If he needs to drop down and get a free kill, he can do that. Priestahh, though, very quick to get out of dodge. And frankly, nice job by Priestahh. Able to find a kill as well despite being tagged up. Still, that hill control impossible seemingly to get inside of. Attach again just wants to keep top of the plane control in the side of the Røkkr. That way, if he needs to jump down, he can do so. And right now, you just see the sort of delicacy. Even with the rotations, MajorManiak is trying to clear out his deep spawn because he's expecting Bance to be nearby. Meanwhile, Bance is just trying to lock down these alleys. Just a confusing hill, honestly, underneath it. It is not easy to dissect everything that's going on.
There's a lot going on right now. MajorManiak once again, unfortunately, has to take care of his own trophy in that difficult gunfight, but we go back over towards the A Street, towards these large containers, and we have got Ultra in control. They've certainly been in the driver's position all map long. Røkkr playing catch up right now, and Cammy trying to keep them back at this point in time. The Crimsix of Cammy absolutely ringing out there in the long corridors of Checkmate. He's finding those kills in all sorts of situations. Vance with a 2-piece there from the center of the map, and Cammy, I mean, continuing the run. CleanX also finding these kills. It is just Ultra's map right now. Røkkr have not necessarily got a step here in this race. With 30 seconds remaining on this hard point, I would expect the majority of that time to still go towards Ultra. Here comes a bit of a resurgence. Oh no, Vance finds the 2 of them. There's a bit of friendly fire as well in amongst that one, and right now, Chance, I mean, Røkkr, they can't seem to get anything right. It's just so difficult. Ultra have got the reads all over the map.
Oh, that's feeling like a hot GG. This is a 100-point lead. This is a full 60. This is a rotation. Toronto, very clean 4. Maybe a few gunfights they lose, and maybe Attach, an opportunity for him to make the hero play once again. But he is completely by himself on this new hill. Ultra 20 seconds away from winning the game. Unless Attach goes crazy, this is going to be a wrap.
Yep, it probably is going to be a wrap. I mean, CleanX is just running around trying to pick up whatever kills he can at this point in time. Røkkr have got to do some serious soul searching right now to find themselves on Checkmate, and Ultra, just keep doing what you're doing. MajorManiak now finally on point. Good kill there on the CleanX. This is a solid hold, so oh my god. Right, I mean, he could not have caught that in his face anymore if he tried. What a stick from Vance there. Doesn't matter whatsoever the situation he was in. Down and out. Attach onto the point. Finds a quick contest. No more kills to be found. You can feel the sort of desperation almost right now. You can feel the lack of clarity. They don't really know what's going on. Røkkr certainly struggling here. Ultra have had their way with them. Ultra now looking to force the game 5. And boy, oh boy, what a slaughter that was on Checkmate.
We were thinking, or maybe I was thinking too strongly in the Røkkr's favor for the hard point, but we did say it requires Vance to go off, and what does he do? 33 and 18, minute and 40 seconds or something like that inside the hill. Vance again, just on fire with the XM4. And just clinical work, I'd say through and through, and Miles, we're sticking with the theme. I think every single series so far this weekend, except for one, has gone to a game 5. This series, no exception.
No exception whatsoever. It's the Garrison Search, and again, I think the only sort of big win here is we know that Røkkr are a very good search and destroy team. Ultra have got their number in the respawns, especially the hard points. I mean, we can definitely say that the Checkmate control, not very close. It was a clean 3-0 there for Røkkr, but still, as far as the hard points go, god damn. Ultra are looking fine. 33 and 18 there for Benjamin Bance. The Bancy Castle in true effect here. Back on a tryout game. Looking pretty clean. Looking pretty sweet, mate. Right. Time for a break. When we come back after this break, the Battle of the North concludes with an exciting search and destroy on Garrison. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. The Call of Duty League is presented by Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Brought to you by USAA Insurance. We offer insurance that's made for the military community to help them easily protect what they've worked hard for. The 2020 CDL season was a hell of a way to kick things off, but the 2021 season is set to prove what's old is new again. We go in our time machine, taking a step out of Modern Warfare and stepping into 1984 and the Cold War. Here's a look at everything that's new in the CDL in 2021. With a new year comes a new title. Black Ops Cold War is sure to deliver old school action and brand new badassery. The league will be switching from console to PC, replacing domination with control as the third game mode, and switching the league format so that every team will be at every event. But the biggest change of all might be going back in time yet again. The CDL is switching from 5 starters to 4v4, promising cleaner action, more space for miraculous plays, and oh so much more. With the shrunk rosters, Rostermania was sure to be wild, and it did not disappoint. Our 2020 champs, the Dallas Empire, bid farewell to their veteran leader Clayster, now on the New York Subliners, who, in turn, said goodbye to the duo of Attach and Accuracy. FaZe added fan favorite Arcitys to rejoin the Tiny Terrors. Røkkr and Legion went full sail and changed 100% of their roster, while the Surge and Guerrillas, looking to reverse their fortunes, kept only one player from last year's squad. And that's just a small taste of the new faces in new places. Chicago welcomed back an old pal in Dashy. Speaking of old friends, Scump and the boys are back to sitting atop the green wall as Chicago completed their rebrand, taking back the OpTic name. Whilst last year's OpTic saw Nadeshot come back into the fold, bringing the Thieves brand back to competitive COD. So, there is a new game, new players, new teams, new memes, new game modes, new PCs, and so much more to get excited about. 2021 has looked to the history books to usher in a new badass era, and we can't wait to get it started. Alright right, it's now time. We finally get to crown a preliminary King of the North here. The absolute, what was this? The Game 5 is a delight. It's an absolute delight to watch Minnesota Rokkr, Toronto Ultra go at each other here in the Kickoff Classic. Breathe deep, friends. We're almost ready to get into this one. I believe the game is actually ready, Chance. I think it is. I'm ready to go, baby. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. Can we get a 1 in chat if you're also ready to rock and roll? That's not rock as in ROKKR, you know? Rokkr and roll.
I was going to say, I'm amazed you passed up the opportunity to say Rokkr and roll or something along those lines.
I've done it. I did it last year. You know, we've got to find new ways to keep things.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. Low-hanging fruit, brother. Low-hanging fruit. But let's see what we can dig up this year. The whole season of puns and fun and all sorts of mad, you know. Let's get it, brother. Game 5. Here we go. I will say, again, we backed the wrong horse in that hard point. But for now, I think Røkkr is still a very, very competent search and destroy team. Let's see what they've got off the rip. We're going to watch Toronto with that bomb in hand. It's on CleanX now, but Bance has already made his way right through the center of the map.
And you can already see abaZy's home. MajorManiak trying to fill in that role towards the bomb. Vance making sure he takes down the barrel. That way, when they go for the plant, they're a little bit safer. And outside of that, nothing too crazy on the map. It's really about the chemistry between aCuRC and MajorManiak, making sure they get the callouts for when this bomb plant may go down.
Oh.
And Priestahh on the cross, able to spot one. Free first pick for him. Great start for Rokkr.
It's just patience more than anything at that point in time for Priestahh. He just has to wait for that player to enter his line of sight. 40 seconds now remaining. CleanX still has the bomb. He's transitioned over towards lights, and oh, there's a battle in the vents. MajorManiak comes out on top. Vance goes down. 31 seconds now remaining in the round. MajorManiak finds another one there, so it's all on the methods. 4v1 methods. Back to the vents. Retrieve the bomb, potentially pick up a kill or two here if he checks right, but no, Priestahh finds another in the vents there, and that's a very clean round from Røkkr. Patience pays off, 1 on the board.
And honestly, the way this map has developed is on offense, you're just looking for a solution to really just this problem in all honesty. I mean, obviously there's a few problems. You're worried about going for the cross when people play in square, but there's just a few very specific things that you're just looking for an answer for. We'll see if Rokkr have anything cooked up of their approach to B. If they have a solution to the vents problem, or if they're able to get some picks on the players that play tank in the back of the map. We'll check out their approach, but that is certainly the focal point of this map.
On board now with P-Dog, Priestahh. Quick change. Eyes on every possible angle of approach right now. Røkkr are very, very slow in this one. Oh my god, CleanX is CleanX is down there. Priestahh may have heard it, may have seen it. He doesn't want to make the push. CleanX is still holding the entry defense. That's one way to deal with that position. Methods is going to throw a bit of a cheeky stun, try to slow these players down, keep himself alive for now. Cammy, oh boy, on the hunt now for MajorManiak. Tags are in. No kill though. Attach is going to save the day. CleanX on the immediate trade. Back and forth, the pendulum swings. However, this time, MajorManiak's time may be up. 1v3 situation. We are seeing that very, very solid defensive line there. Bance down low, Methods on top catwalk, and then on the flanks going to be CleanX. A lot of kill there from MajorManiak. Position now given away. How many more can he find from this real difficult spot to be in? 25 seconds on the clock now, Chance.
This is what he is paid for. It's time to earn that salary. He knows Methods is around green or catwalk area. He has no information on the other player. Doesn't get the spot, and he's making so much noise. He's going to get trapped in and taken down. No 1v3s today, at least not yet. Nice bounce back round from the Ultra, who we were talking about the solution to the problem, but instead on defense, there was no opportunity for Rokkr to put something together. The aggression from Cammy and CleanX, because right now you saw it to the side of your screen. Cammy was back in the spawn. CleanX making the attack through the vent room, so even on defense, you don't have to go for those stagnant setups. Obviously, they are powerful, but you do have options. Nice bounce back round.
Yeah, nice one. Any more dirty tricks we have up our sleeves to make these search and destroys that a little bit more interesting. Cammy gonna make his way forward. CleanX once again with bomb in hand now for Toronto Ultra. And oh, hello. aCuRC finding a kill at great range. MajorManiak finds one as well. This is a fantastic start here for Røkkr. Bit of a resurgence. MajorManiak finds another one. Cammy is doing what he can now to make this 1v4 a reality. 1v3. If he checks these corners correctly, he could find a few more. Lovely effort, but not enough to get it done. Røkkr now starting to take the lead, 2-1.
And MajorManiak, how many kills did he get in the first search and destroy? I know he broke double digits. Was he just right at 10?
It may have been 10 or was it 11? I think it was 11 on Moscow.
11? Well, there you go. Double digits on Moscow. He is certainly keeping pace as well. 3 kills he was able to find this round and securing the best play once again. XM4, I'm telling you, if you haven't tried this gun out, it feels great. And maybe on these servers it's a little bit different, but 6 kills for Major, who I assume just rocking the 74 just to be a little bit faster off spawn. And I assume is going to make the swap once he gets into whatever spot he wants to head towards. Just a nice little thing you can do to maximize. And look how clean that is, man. Jumps, switches the classes into the slide.
That's like sleight of hand, dude. That was like a magic trick. You blink like, oh wait a minute, I thought he was running an AK-74U. No, not anymore, mate. CleanX in and out the vents he goes. Accuracy 1v1 should be an easy win for him at that range with his 74U, and it is tagged up heavily. Priestahh on the hunt. Puts one on his back to take care of him. 2 players now down and out for Ultra Cami. Back into the vents we go. This is gonna be the position. This is the sneaky spot. Priestahh's running around upstairs, reloading, making all sorts of noise. Cami lying in wait. If he jumps out, uh-oh. Cami, if you check it, it's yours. No, he's gone. He's out through the back. Bomb's going down. Cami able to find one. 2v2 now. The bomb goes down. MajorManiak with a high ground position, and it's going to be Cami maybe back down in the vents, but Priestahh's lying in wait for him there. A wonderful stun check, and he's blind as a bat, but it doesn't matter. Priestahh, he will draw the blood. 1v2 situation now. Methods, what have you got? All right, 1v1. That looked like an accident. 15 seconds on the bomb. Priestahh's going to have to go for the check eventually, but wait a minute, the timing of this could be great. Methods, got to peek it, got to go for something, and this could be it. I don't think it's going to happen. There's the shots from Priestahh, eyes on the bomb. Methods, just no idea where he was coming from. Chance, another good round for Røkkr.
Yeah, good try for Methods, but again, just think about the thought process he has to go through. He's like, all right, bomb's planted, and where it got planted for, got to be worried about vents, floating tank, top green, everything. He clears out top green with the kill on Major. He knew Priestahh was around vents, but who knows where the hell he ran to. And Priestahh just going for the reposition towards the middle of the map. So another solid round coming out from Minnesota Røkkr. Priestahh, by the way, on a 4 spree. Ultra back on the attack. Minnesota's been very happy with the patient setups. They spot MajorManiak out in towards the vents. Doesn't mean he's easy to deal with though.
You got to think as well, these games, we are conditioning players to constantly worry about vents at all times. Eventually, halfway through the season, like that's going to start to become a detriment to our gameplays, but CleanX, waiting for the signal. Get it down. Watch out for the bomb. Out for the barrel. Watch out for MajorManiak. A lot going on here. Priestahh does find one, and that's a decent amount of damage, but not enough to quite get the kill. Here come the nades. Accuracy from the back end. Lovely shots just to keep CleanX at bay. Pretty just in the nick of time. Just under 45 seconds now remaining. Priestahh, lovely shots at that range, and that's going to be CleanX, the last player left alive, and Chance once again. Røkkr just closing these games out.
And it's impossible to say for certain, but this may become a consistent team, or a theme for this team throughout the entire year. Of like maybe the respawns, they can be beat even if they're strong. If Vance is throwing up a 1.7 KD among the hard points, there's only so much you can do. But when it comes to search and destroy, it is expected that this is their bread and butter. Priestahh 9-2. He got 3 kills this past round, putting on a show. MajorManiak taking a little look-see on what's going on across the map. CleanX has returned home. They have been very aggressive from the flank side of Vents. This time, no aggression needed. Priestahh doesn't even check it. And CleanX will be happy to get that first.
Very, very much confirmed the bomb there. Another nade comes through. That's going to be accuracy taken care of there. And Chance called it. Minnesota Røkkr, certainly that team. Games 2 and 5. They're the ones you want to watch out for. MajorManiak does get the kill there with the barrel. That's the bomb site barrel. The 3v2 situation. MajorManiak now doing what he can to make this a bit more interesting. Cami with a nice shots down range. Oh, he does get attached there. Almost a 2-piece just to close out the round. But MajorManiak, very difficult situation to win. Methods just with the eyes on him. Gets the drop, gets the kill, gets the round. 2-4.
Good stuff. And I think, I'm not entirely sure. Priestahh just had to have expected. I'd assume a teammate called out the cross to Vents, and maybe MajorManiak, when we saw him peeking over, just didn't see anything.
Yeah.
So he assumed that it was safe, or maybe he was getting ready to turn and check and was getting shot at from square. Who knows? But either way, Cleanex, again, very happy just to get that first blood in vents. So you talk about the power position of the map, the problem that needs to get solved. Both teams having quite a big benefit from using vents on defense. And once again, Ultra just stacking up around the middle of the map. And maybe Methods had the angle there on accuracy, but not close.
So close if he did. MajorManiak, lovely start from him. Ooh, a powerful two-piece to put him under the double-digit kills, and that's a nice answer back from accuracy. And Methods, just like that. It's like, where are my teammates? How come everyone's dead? It's going to be 3 to close out the round there for MajorManiak. Røkkr, match point.
He's too good, man. He's a machine. He's played what? In Vents 2 rounds? I think he's played in Lights 1, and then he plays underneath Lights for this one. If you're thinking about, again, just trying to figure out how to get those players out of Vents, a good way is just to try to push out through Square, and then you just have them trapped in. MajorManiak, again, he just feels it. Just that game sense, the shot calling, whatever it's going to be. Now he just knows to help pick up the middle of the map. And 11 kills to his name. Double digits once again. Having himself a field day in Search and Destroy.
Unreal, man. Unreal. What have we got now in this final round, potentially, for Røkkr to try to close out the series? Ultra have found, well, they found him. Vance with the lovely shots to start this off. Priestahh now Cleanex in mid-map. No one in Vents just yet. This is actually the round we have seen no one go into Vents. Everyone's worried about it. Schrodinger's Vent player. Cleanex finds another, and oh, nice answer back from accuracy. Now it's a 2 versus 3. Ultra with the advantage for now. Accuracy and Priestahh certainly worried about the situation they're in. Priestahh with a bomb still towards the entrance to the Vents. Able to possibly make something happen, and accuracy watching the flank. Again, fear now starting to set in for Røkkr. Where are these players coming from? They have so much more of the map to work with. There's Methods up top. The shots were ringing out there just enough to let you know. Priestahh now. It's a rock and a hard place. But I will say, making a very, very difficult fight of it, he is. Nade's going to go through and up over the top. Cleanex at close range. Keeps the dream alive for Ultra.
Not out of it yet. Still around, man. Ultra working on this comeback. Seems honestly a theme for them on defense. They've been nice and aggressive, like pushing out through the middle of the map. You even saw Priestahh. He knew that Cammy was somewhere in the back spawn. He's worried about getting full flanked. He's worried about the guy just sitting out underneath caution. Anytime they're able to get sort of chaos on the map, Ultra have been able to get success. And of course, Vance getting the first blood on MajorManiak the previous round, obviously beneficial as well. As the new attack comes in, nades out. Again, the question just seems to be, how do you deal with Vents? How do you deal with Major? And this time, they have doubled up under Vents. First time we've seen this from Røkkr.
Oh, here we go. Priestahh, nice first blood. First shots in. Damage is already dealt. Ultra now on the return. They're going to push on back. MajorManiak still watching the back. There's the 2-man Vent push. Vance is going to be there. Vance with a 2-piece in the Vents. Good night, Vents players. Attached the last player left alive now for Røkkr. Go for the barrel at the very least. That's one thing. Hoping to catch someone. But no. Cleanex finds him on the transition. And 1 round at a time, it's starting to crumble for Røkkr.
Dude, shout out to the Banty Castle, man. I don't even know how he doesn't get play of the game. I guess Cleanex got 2 as well. But again, it was Vents that was the problem. It was Vents where the first blood came from. And that's the solution, man, I guess. If Røkkr, or excuse me, if Ultra's having any problems, put Vance on the case. Whatever needs to get done. Is MajorManiak causing problems? Let Vance get the first blood. Is Vance an issue? Let Vance go handle it. Do you need someone to drop 37 kills and a hard point? Vance has your back. Of course, Cleanex is 9-6 with on a 4 streak, so he's doing a little bit better in the game. But again, credit where credit is due.
MajorManiak and Priestahh, the former Atlanta FaZe players, both sitting at 11 and 5 each. They're having a great time. Can they find something here? As Garrison is getting that bit more interesting. I wonder if we can get a petition to just name this map, rename this map to the Vent map. That map with all the vents. A lovely, lovely part of the map that now has a Toronto Ultra pair loaded up in it. 3 of them really sitting on towards the A side of the map. But Cleanex has managed to get down there. He's having a little look around. No guarantee whatsoever that he is in there again. And now you have to double check that every time. But there it is. MajorManiak with the first blood. Methods. Just poking up to try to catch wind of something. There's the tags. Ooh, just unlucky to get the wallbang there. And here we go. Ace come through. Cleanex finds another. 2v3. Cammy finds his kill. It's going to be a 3v2 right now. In Minnesota Røkkr, it is starting to get difficult. Can accuracy win the fight against Methods? No, he cannot. MajorManiak goes down. And just like that chance, we're going to round 11.
Round 11, man. Minnesota Røkkr, they're doing their best 2v4 impression, but they're getting no love. This is 10 rounds in, and Tash still looking for his second kill. It really just has been the former FaZe players putting on a show for the current Røkkr team, but that is quite a few rounds back to back to back for Ultra. And they are going to be on offense for the final round. They have been pretty consistent of stacking mid off the rip, trying to get those nades out to catch the players that are trying to slide into vents. And again, that mid-map pressure paid off for him last round when Bance was able to get through and pick up 2, and CleanX was able to get towards lights. This time it maybe looked a little bit less towards mid-map and maybe just a straight-up A hit. They might be taking a shot.
They're taking a shot, dude. But I will say, you've heard enough noise there that Rokkr have managed to back one up. 3 players at the top now. One of them's going to drop down. We've still got a lot of mid-map presence being felt. Accuracy's going to get the first blood. Cammy almost transitions onto the second, but it's going to be the CleanX now from top green to do what he can against Attach. He knows he's down there. 2v3 situation. Things are starting to get a little bit hot. Still got Methods up on top cap, watching this now. Again, waiting for someone on Rokkr to make a mistake. That's the game plan right now for Toronto. They don't have the numbers to work with. And that's a huge win from Accuracy. A massive kill at long range. In all the silence, now it falls. CleanX, he's your man. Can he get the 1v3 now for the win? Damage dealt, not enough to get it done. Attach, he gets himself his second kill of the game, and what an important one it was. Røkkr finally closed out the series in what was an incredibly exciting run. Our current Kings of the North. Crown them, Chance. Crown them, baby.
I don't have a crown to give. Congratulations on the title at the very least. If nothing else, I think it's what Latitude reigns supreme. Making sure that the true most northern city gets that dub. But I mean, it's nothing else for me, man. Again, this is just for fun. Just that early indication. You get a Game 5 round 11. Could you ask for anything more between these two teams? Again, every single series throughout this weekend, except for one, has been a Game 5. I just think that's an indication of the level of competition we have this year, man.
Oh, I mean, I think I said it 400 times yesterday, but we're in for a good year. I mean, whether it's, game types being very fun, the maps being interesting to play, the weapons, whatever it may be, the competition this year is looking to be as spicy as ever. Stats on your screen there for the Garrison Search and Destroy. Round 11, all the way. Shout out to CleanX for those big kills, 10 and 7, but again, Minnesota Røkkr, they come out on top in the end there, and it was a very fun one indeed. But that's that. The Battle of the North decided for now. They will be meeting again in the regular season. No doubt in my mind. No doubt whatsoever. But we'll see how that one goes. That is that for our second series of the day. Chance, I think we're going to dive into our Scuff Player of the Game. It's going to be round 7. This was a very fun one from MajorManiak again. Brilliant showing. Once again, your Scuff Player of the Game, MajorManiak. On an absolute rampage.
You can set Parsec to only operate in Windows.
Yeah, honestly, Chance, it was...
this looks a little bit different than round 7 for me. That looks strange.
MajorManiak's looking a lot like Nameless, but I'll tell you what, mate, that was honestly like... It was a little weird to watch, like, just Priestahh and MajorManiak go rampant there. And it was like, Attach just couldn't find any kills. And he was in positions where he's trying to find, like, he's trying to open up plays and he's trying to create opportunities. He's just like, I'm in a 1v3 again. What can I do? Like, I've got to try to get a kill. I've got to try to transition across, like, from bottom square. And there's just dudes all over me. But ladies and gentlemen, now, our Scuff Play of the Game, round number 7, MajorManiak, an absolute nightmare on the map. Doing what he does best.
Oh, and this is just the round where he just gets the free and easy kills. And again, it's just the different positioning that he takes that catches the Ultra off guard. Players trying to cross, and he has the perfect angle to get the job done. And again, it's not even just the gunfights that he wins. It's the fact that he's played in vents 2 rounds, top lights 1 round, and just mixing it up. And then he gets that the fourth and final kill, but third for him that round to seal the deal. It's just smart gameplay. Even just using the 74 just to get that extra little jump off the rip. All of the little details, MajorManiak, always going to be on point.
Always on point. Well, that's that. As I say, the King of the North crown for now. A big win there for Minnesota Røkkr here in the Kickoff Classic. It's all fun and games. It's a glorified scrim. But we're having a fantastic time. But we know you're in the chat, fist bumping and enjoying things. But that's it for our games for now. It is now finally time for the kickoff selection now to see who gets picked into which group going forward. This is going to be a lot of fun. We've teased it all day. This is going to be damn interesting, Chance. Like, I don't know. I have no idea of the results of this.